Hi guys, so I'm going to be telling you how to make these DIY plant hangers, macrame. They're the really easy, simple ones that you can use, and I'm going to be doing my e-decor with these. So I've made some here already, and I'm going to do the final one. They're really simple, it's just knotting. I've got a few here as well at the back, which I'm using these ones from. So that's from IKEA, and this is just a basic rope cord. Basically, I've used up a lot. It came like this. So you can use whatever cord you like, whatever colour you like. This one I've done with a knot, which is just a simple knot. I'll show you that in a minute. This one is the other knot that I'll show you here. So it sort of wraps around, so slightly more neater. But like I said, it's just basic knots, and it doesn't take long to do at all. Okay, so if I can do it, you can do it too. So I'm just going to hang these up. Now, I don't have those, those rails where you can make lots of macrame plant hangers, so I've improvised. The easiest way for me is at the moment, because I actually need to weave this in through a branch, and the branch is quite thick, so I've used the door handle. I've got a door stepper on as well, so that the door doesn't move, and I'm literally just sitting comfortably as well. So yeah, so let's get started. Yeah, right guys, so I'm going to be making this one here. It's pretty simple to make. I'm going to use about approximately 1 meter of this cord, hemp cord, and I have 4 strands here, and I'm going to just literally match them up halfway. Right there, I've done that, and then approximately around 3.5 to 4 inches, I'm going to tie another knot. This is super quick to do, super quick. And then I'm just going to feed it here onto my door handle, and then I'm going to get 2 strands fairly next to each other, choose them, and I'm going to make a knot here. Make 1 knot here, choose another 2 strands. At the same distance, you're going to make another knot. That's it. So you're going to make 4 knots all together using 2 strands. So we've got another knot here. And then we're going to use the last 2 strand, and it will be a knot here. Try and make them at the same level using your eyes. You can get very sort of technical and make sure that it's exactly the same millimeters, but I'm just doing them really quickly. Now what you do is grab your 4 strands. Now what you're going to use, fairly next to each other, you're going to take 1 strand from each knot, okay? And then you're going to knot it around here. I'm going to do it, and then that's it. Okay, and then you take the next one, and at the same distance, okay, you're going to do your second knot. So this is your second row forming. Take the next 2 strands, and then knot them together. Right, and then we're going to take the last one, so you can see this sort of forming, net forming. You're going to take the last two ends, and again I'm going to create that knot at the same level. You just use it to push up, and then what I'm going to do is just here I'm going to create another knot to hold the bowl here, and that's it. Now in order to feed it through, just remember these knots can be adjusted, and there we have it. How simple and how quick was that to make? And you can adjust these knots accordingly to try and shape your jar, and that's it. Right, so I'm going to show you first of all how to do the wrap knot. So you basically, I have approximately around 1.5 meters length of hemp cord here. I think this is roughly about 4 millimeters in width, so if you wanted to order it in, so you can use whatever width you like. So I've cut this up, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 strands of this length. Okay, so get the midway point, join them up, okay, like this, and I'm going to go around the door handle there. Okay, just match them up. Just going to match them up. So once you've matched them up, you're going to get a shorter piece, and you're just going to do the wrap knot. Right. Right, so you get a shorter length. It doesn't have to be this long, it can be much length. So I'm talking about probably about 20 centimeters or so. Right. Use a string and you just place it on top of here. Okay, you've got them all here. Place it on top of here. Now what you're going to do is wrap around this. You're going to keep this up above and you're going to wrap below it. Okay, just keep it, hold it out. I'm just going to keep wrapping it around. Keep wrapping it around a few times. You can make this as long as possible, or really just say 4 or 5 wraps. I'm going to do around 7 here. Now when you come up, what will you notice is there's this little loop here right at the bottom. Okay, what you're going to do is feed this part of the string through here. Okay, and then you're just going to pull on it. Right, so once you've done that, and you pull on it and you tighten it up by pulling from the top. Right, and that's it. And that is it. That's all you do. And then what you do is you'll grab your scissors and you'll just cut away the part that you don't. I usually keep it a bit more above, just so you can see a tiny bit in case I need to correct it. I'm just going to cut it up from here as well, and that's it. Some people do tuck it in, but this is fine. Okay, so now you've got your strings ready. So I have now 2, 4, 6, 8 strands. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 strands, okay, and I'm going to do a simple knot. Now I've got one here. I'm going to do it approximately, I think this is about 35 centimeters down. So I'm just going to do a simple knot, and that's it. So simple knot. Now what you do for your second knot that you're going to do, you're going to get another 2 strands, You're going to tie a knot as we did, but you're going to make sure that they're the same length. Okay, so the second knot has to come here. So I'll do that. Now grab another 2 strands and tie another knot at the same length. This is a very simple technique, very simple at all. And here you get your last 2 strands and you tie a knot and you make sure that it's at the same length, same distance. Okay, so now I've got 4 knots. Okay, now what we're going to do for the next part is, now I've got this shaped bottle, so I want to make the next few knots on the second row quite so close to each other. So you're going to get 2 of your strands, okay, that are next to each other, and see I've got 2 now. Okay, so I've got these 2. Now take the inner 2 strands, okay, right, so you've got 4, you've got 2. And now I'm just going to make a knot here. So going to be here. Now what I'm going to do for the next knot, going to get the one adjacent, take out 1 strand from here and match it up, and it's going to be on the same distance that you made that last knot. Okay, so we're doing it in rows, so that the second row is going to be, the knots have to be at the same level. Okay, so here I've got this, I'm just see, I'm just pushing it up with my thumb to that level that I want it at. So now I'm going to get, so you can see this sort of pattern is happening. Okay. Watch this video a few times and you will surely be able to do this yourself. And it's very cheap to do as well. You don't need to get very expensive cord. You can get whatever cord you like. Wool won't be quite sort of suitable for this. So I've made my 3rd knot on the second row. Now you can see that all of them are joined, but we've got 1 single strand here, 1 single strand here. So we're just going to go round, pull this round, okay, and we're going to do the last knot on this second row at the same distance as we just did. Okay. So that's row 2 complete. Okay. So now I'm going to do another row, the 3rd row at this distance as well. Okay. So again, you get 2 strands and you tie up. Right, so we've got this, and then you get the next 2 strands to each other and you tie. This will not take too long. The more practice you get, the faster you will get, and that's talking from experience, because this is something that I've very recently picked up. And I myself am seeing the improvement in my own sort of knotting, you can say. The more I do it, the more better it is. You can, of course, once you've mastered this, move on to the next level and do your chain knots, your square knots. There's lots of different variety of knots that you can actually do. So here we go. We've got now this sort of net forming. You can see it's like a circle in between, so that way we're feeding. Now the next, so I've done the third row now. Now this third row after this is this one here, and this one I'm going to keep it at a slight distance to help shape that bottleneck. So it'll be around here, twice the length down from the previous knot. So again, you get your 4 strands, you pick out the 2 strands, tie them together, and it's roughly here. So I'm going to tie this up. And then get the next 2 next to each other. If you do go wrong, it's not going to be obvious. And you can always adjust and undo. So it's not like you make a mistake and that's it, you give up and you know it's going to look terrible. It won't. It gives you that rustic edge as well. So it's fine. Get the next 2. So, and here I've come to the last one now, and the last one's always complete that circle, so you don't have any sort of spare string hanging on its own. So that's that. Now the next bit, one last one, I'm going to slightly do this at this length. So you can adjust the distance between each of these, and that's how you can form that sort of shape that you want. But you know, you can just do, if you want a simple plant hanger, you can just do it at 2 knots. So say for example this one's slightly more further down than I actually wanted it, so I'm just going to open it up a bit, just push it back up a bit. There we go. Yeah, like I said, it's not that difficult to correct. You just have to make sure that they're pretty much by eye at the same level. Each row is on the same level. That's all it is. And you can get as complicated as you wish once you've mastered this simple technique. I will share with you shortly the macrame plant hanger, that my very first one that I did. Right, now we've got this done, okay, I'm going to, I actually might not even need to tie it from the bottom. So you can see it sort of goes wide from here. Got that sort of shape going on, and I'm just going to grab my bottle. These I think were about £1 from IKEA. Bottom. In case you've done it too tight, you can just loosen this bottom one, because this is a bottleneck design. That's why it can get a bit tricky. So you just push it up from the bottom and you just line it up here. Right, I've twisted this around whilst doing this. Just going to untwist it, and then I'm just going to see it just needs to join up from here. So I'm just going to join that up from here with a simple knot where I just go around like that, and then that's it. Push that up. You could do the wrap knot here at the bottom, but I'm just going to keep it like this here. And there you go. Pretty simple, and look how great it looks. Right guys, so my very first macrame project was on a mini succulent plant holder. It is very small, but how cute is this? And I did the wrap knot first, and then I did the chain knot, finishing off with a twisted knot, and then just a simple necked in knot here, again finishing off with the wrap knot here. It looks so cute. I can't wait to do my next macrame project, and I can't wait to see how you guys have been inspired from this as well.